Well, I think definitely. I think if you look at what they've got coming forward, they've got the 2025 Lions series, and you've got back-to-back World Cups, men's and women's, and then I think we start rolling into what's called the Commonwealth Games, and then before you know it, you've got the Olympics. Some of it's to do with rugby, some of it's not, but I'll tell you what it does, it showcases what we're doing here in this country. We do it really well, and that's maximising what you get out of this. Obviously, running a really great show, which we'll do. I just know our experience in 2003, although I wasn't on the other side of it as a spectator, being inside the arena and seeing what it did to this country was amazing. And obviously, we go back to 2000 Olympics, it brings people together, and I think you maximise that opportunity, and then you actually grow the game in a really positive way. I think that's what this next period of time allows this great game of ours to do.
Can they get back to those Eddie, put their hands up and maybe cross codes?
No, it's a good question. It definitely was a big driver for those players. And you're talking about world-class players who came over and made that transition. They just didn't do it willy-nilly. They had to work hard to get into the team and earn their place. But a Rugby World Cup, it's sort of like, I think if you think about big sporting events, you've got the Olympics, summer and winter. You've got obviously the Football World Cup. We're going to see that this year in Qatar. But Rugby World Cup's right up there, and it inspires and it motivates, because you want to be on the big stage. You want to be playing in a really meaningful world competition, and a Rugby World Cup is like, it's rugby's Olympics. And I'm sure it will motivate some players, particularly if some of them had a background in our game, but they're still going to have to earn it, because I tell you what, the players who are still playing here in this country, and we've got a really good talent pool, always have, will be really, they'll be putting this on their calendar to work towards.
Sarah, can you do it? Can you do it? Yeah. I'll give you some time to think it over. When you're ready, we're ready, okay? Okay. But here, 2, 1, let's go. Down the sideline, here we go. The goal first, trying to cross the line. Nice. Now casually walk back. Casually walk back. 2, 1, let's go. Oh, nice.
Back rower? Yeah, got number 6, 7 or 8. I had to. Okay, that's it, guys. Right here, please. Very good. We did it. We did it.
Well, as a former SCG trustee, I'm a big advocate for stadium investment. Obviously got the new stadium in Sydney coming online at the end of August, which is exciting. I think one of the great things about Australia, and what we saw with World Rugby when they were here, is that there's great competitiveness across states because of the stadium infrastructure. You look at Perth, Adelaide, Brisbane, Sydney is continuing to invest, and Melbourne's always been a leader in our country in terms of investment in stadia. So I think, and that was one of the most pleasing aspects when World Rugby came, was the fact that wherever we went around the country, the facilities that are provided to athletes and to spectators is absolutely world class.
I'm pretty impressed with what we have.
Okay, just looking at me first, please.
Turn up the other way.
Ready, guys? Hey, just looking at me.
Yeah, so it was a massive time for me. I was playing rugby league at the time, and when that got announced, I thought there was an opportunity, and I'd always wanted to play rugby at some point in my career. My father played rugby, my whole family played rugby union, so I said, what better time than now to jump codes and to have a home World Cup, and I switched codes at the time, and the big lure for me was having a home World Cup. And I think, having this announcement last night and having another World Cup in Australia will be massive, not only for grassroots sports, grassroots rugby in and around Australia, places like Tasmania. I was in Darwin a few weeks ago. A few of the guys are over in WA at the moment, so hopefully we can take this game around Australia and promote it as much as we can before the World Cup, and it'll have a long-lasting effect after. So it's going to be great for the game. great for jobs as well. I think it's forecast to create 14,000 jobs for the community. So it's only positives. There's obviously going to be put a lot of money into it, and Rugby Australia know that. So we're really looking forward to 2027 and then 2029 for the girls. I think Sterling Mortlock scored that try, put us on a trajectory to win that game. We held out the All Blacks really well in defence that night, and what really helped us was the support that we had in the crowd, in the stands, Gold Stadium, and I think it will only help the Wallabies having that, having the World Cup here, having that home support, pretty much spurred us on. I know we lost the final to England, but had we not had that support, I don't think we probably win that semi-final. I know we had to go out there and do it on the field, but see a gold, and just the support from in and around. I just remember the English fans, that they were great. You singing in the stands. You had, and the other thing which is good for 2027 too, I think, me being a person of Fijian heritage, I think it's great for the Pacific. It's not too far away. And hopefully by that time, some of those teams will be hopefully having a crack and having a go and maybe making a quarter-final. Fiji, Samoa, Tonga, those countries are really having a go at the moment. The Fiji Rua team are playing in the Super Rugby at the moment. So, hopefully they can keep improving and really give themselves a shot coming into 2027.
You'll just be in your prime in 2027.
I'm too old by then.
Are you ruling yourself out right now?
Nah, you never know. Hopefully by then I'm still around and be able to play in front of the fans, and I'd love to play a World Cup game at Suncorp in front of of everybody. I know the feeling of playing in front of an Australian fan at Suncorp. It's just, I can't explain. It's just awesome. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I'm still around by then.
I want to be like you.
Okay guys, look in here.
Wallabies legends with us at the moment, and some kids.
Yeah, look, it's a great announcement for Australian rugby, a great announcement for the country. But I go back to when we were lucky enough to have that 03 and hosted that World Cup, which was phenomenal. And yeah, I still get asked most days, what was going through my mind in that intercept or whatever. For me, participating in a World Cup is an honour and a privilege, but to be part of a World Cup in your own country is just an unbelievable opportunity and something that I cherish. And the groundswell, the support behind the team was just unbelievable, and everything about the whole entire campaign was just phenomenal as a player. You couldn't ask for anything more except for perhaps winning that final. Johnny Wilkinson not kicking that field goal. But to know now that the Wallabies now have this North Star, in 5 years from now, it's unbelievable. For rugby in this country, there's a British and Irish Lions Tour in 25. hosting a World Cup in 27. There's just a great runway for rugby in this country, and it's something that we should be really excited about.
How much of a motivator